Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. So today, our Year 4 mathematics lesson, our topic will be fractions. So what is our lesson objective? Our lesson objective is today we are going to express fraction from a fraction diagram. So for this lesson, you must know how a fraction looks like. So a fraction is numerator and denominator. Here is one example of fraction where fraction has a numerator, which the top part, and the denominator, which is at the bottom part. And then you must know how a fraction diagram looks like. So there are actually two examples of a fraction diagram. So here's one example using the rectangles, and then here is one example using the circle. Here is example 1. So I have here a fraction diagram. How do I express this in fractions? So remember just now, fraction, we have the numerator, which is at the top, and denominator, which is a number at the bottom. So step number 1, we count the number of parts first. So how many parts do we see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 number of parts, and that number 5 I will write down as denominator. So I will write down here denominator, which is at the bottom. Next, step 3. Count the number of shaded parts. So we count here the blue parts here. I have 1, 2, and 3. So I have 3 number of shaded parts, and then I will write 3 as the numerator, which is I will write here. Numerator is we write down at the top. Another example here, I have a fraction diagram but in circle form. So how do I express this as a fraction? So step number 1, we count the number of parts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 I will write down as denominator. Step number 3, we count the number of shaded parts. So we have here only one shaded part. So I will write down as the numerator, which is the number on top. Let's test yourself. Here I have one example. A fraction diagram involves circle. So can you tell me, or you can pause the video to think, what is the fraction from this fraction diagram? How do I write this? How do I write this as a fraction? I have 8 number of parts. That is the denominator, and then the number of shaded parts I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shaded parts, so I write down as the numerator, which is on top. So that is the end of our lesson. So I hope you know how to express fraction from a fraction diagram.